The latest news from the financial markets around the globe presented by Centepex, your reliable partner in trading.
Alibaba stock surged 4% last Friday, closing at $122.94, driven by renewed investor interest and institutional buying. The French stock market index rose to €7,970 on Friday, snapping a two-session decline, as European equities drew support from progress on trade negotiations between the US and European Union. WTI crude oil futures hovered near $64 per barrel on Monday, holding gains from last week, as investors continued to weigh supply risks and prospects of US monetary easing. The Australian dollar traded at around 65 cents on Monday, pulling back from a 1.1% surge in the previous session, as the US dollar attempted to recover from Fed Chair Powell's dovish speech. Bitcoin slipped to around $112,700 over the weekend, pressured by bearish technical signals and increased exchange inflows, which suggested profit-taking. Now let's review the major economic events of the day. At 8 a.m., Germany to release the Business Climate Index for August, following 88.6 in July. At 2 p.m., the new home sales in the U.S. are expected to increase, after reaching 0.6% in June. At 2:30 p.m., the U.S. will release figures for the Dallas Manufacturing Index of August, following 0.9 in July. Tomorrow's major economic events. At 12:30 p.m., the U.S. to release the durable goods orders for July, following -9.3% in June. At 2 p.m., the Consumer Confidence Index in the U.S. is expected to decrease, after reaching 97.2 in July. At 9 p.m., South Korea will release figures for the Business Confidence Index of August, following 68 in July.
And that's it for today's Market News Roundup, presented by Centepex. Thanks for joining us today, and be sure to tune in again tomorrow for more financial news.